Well, from one thing to the next, I guess something really doesn't want me to stream tonight. Now the camera's not working. Good evening. Okay. Hey, there we go. Okay. Now let me do the settings. We were working on this in the morning stream. Let's do just one row here on the corner. Hey, thanks, man. Hey, I appreciate that, Gravity. I really do. Thank you. Without folks like yourself, I couldn't sit here and do what I do in the way that I do it. Wouldn't be sustainable. Seems I need some more clay. You guys hear that? You can hear the fan? No. No, I just had the door closed. It's usually pretty warm in the workshop in the evening hours with the door shut. I have to have the door shut in the evening because if I'm sleeping. She's sleeping. Must be nice to be warm. You can be warm if you want to. Not this warm. Oh, I bet it's hot by you right now, isn't it? It's cool out by us. It's like 71 degrees right now. We had a nice fire outside. It's like you can smell fall on the horizon. Days like today. Dug up a bunch of potatoes. $104. What? Oh wow. You're feeling nice and toasty. Get a wet towel and wrap it around your head. So, 8 air conditioning 1.0. Yeah, I was looking into that, like how did these places that get really hot deal with, you know, before air conditioner and stuff? Like what kind of things would they do to kind of escape the heat? I can't remember the name of it, but there was this one thing they would do where they would make these large pots of water, but they were unfinished pots. So it's made out of ceramic, but it didn't have like a layer of glaze like this does here. So what happens is moisture slowly kind of seeps to the outside of the vessel, and evaporation will happen, and it'll cool the outside of the... No, it's baked. It's like it's cured ceramic, but it doesn't have a glaze or a coating. So imagine like a terracotta type of pot or something. And the evaporation, it seeps the water to the outside and then evaporates, and it causes the water to cool inside of the vessel. So you would essentially have cold water to drink. You'd get a really big one of these things, just have it sitting out in the open. Usually had like a really skinny neck, so there wasn't evaporation going out the top. But yeah, I just thought like that's actually really really cool. And that led me down a rabbit hole of there's this gardening technique that uses really large terracotta pots, just like those water jugs, but you bury them in the ground, and you have a lid for the top of them. You bury them all the way under the ground, except for the lid is right at ground level, and it's in these arid places that don't get a lot of water. But essentially, to water your plants, you pour water into these terracotta pots that are buried under the ground, and they will slowly, like over time, just leach water into the soil around them. So that was a way to make what little water you have go a lot further. Oh yeah? Pterodox, hey, welcome. Yeah, this is the base for the dragon. We're working on his base right now. But we got other dragons in the works here. This is kind of like a destroyed castle wall that the dragon's climbing on top of. Hey, thank you. We have our little newbie mage character here. He's gonna be like something like this. Kind of peeking around the corner. What brought the mage to that spot? I have no idea. I guess the idea is that this dragon is a black dragon, which black dragons are known for being evil, you know, in nature. Came and destroyed this town, or I don't think it's a large castle. The walls aren't that very high. Kind of like a small village slash, you know, the prosperous village. And who knows why the mage was here. I like to think he was like somehow asleep somewhere or something silly like that, where everything got destroyed and he just kind of emerges from his wherever he was with the whole town destroyed around him. So now he's like wandering around trying to figure out what happened. And this is the point in the story where he realizes that the dragon is still slacking out. Yeah, the dragon's still in the town and he knows it. He hasn't seen the dragon yet. That's because he's being stalked by the dragon. Goofing off someplace, yeah. You know, took a nap in a broom closet or something silly like that. Maybe even accidentally cast a spell on himself. What if this little newbie mage character even somehow attracted the dragon to this town somehow? Messing around with some magic. Somehow attracted the black dragon. Still not blind yet, huh, Creationik? I think the rest of the side panel will do that kind of separately. Okay, now we're gonna make these look like they've broken off somehow. Specialized texturing. Specialty texturing tools. I was gonna go hunting for some more specialty Specialty sculpting rocks. Curated selection, that's right. Each one of my sculpting rocks has attributes that I like. $50 a piece. Or you can get a set of 5 for $150. It's a good deal. 5-pack. I guarantee your rock sculpting abilities will increase with your purchase. Oh yeah, just make like you know, you'd have to do a little bit of like maybe like a little fancy handle or something glued to the end of them or something. Then make a nice TikTok video showing the types of rocks I sculpt with them. There you go, easy. Just like that. I mean, let's be honest, sculpture isn't really the, not a popular thing. Everyone likes the results of sculpture, but not everyone really likes the work involved. Yeah, I did the adding the badger and kind of sculpting in the platform for the ground. I can grab it, you want to see? Grab it so you can see the whole caboose. It rocks. Probably remove it from its from the foil. I do have to fix. I accidentally sliced 2 of his claws off while I was fitting him to the base. Let's see. A little bit of loose sand. Oh, it's not dry completely yet. There it goes. See, I accidentally knocked his claws off to reattach those. Actually, let me see this real quick. Yeah, I think it came together nicely. So then we get a nice, you know, just like a form-fitted piece of wood at the bottom there. Tie it all together. Well, I mean, I need at least something on the bottom just to, it's not gonna be a piece you can really see. It's gonna be, like I said, really thin, because otherwise it looks like this, which doesn't look very good. So it'll be like a thin plywood, and I'll trace it out so it's like, can't even see it. Some little felt feet at the bottom there. So. Right, a little support, exactly. Piece of leather. I mean, yeah, because it's a structure adding thing too. Because, well, actually, you know, it probably would be fine. I mean, piece of leather could probably work. Let's okay. Let me experiment. Let me see if it'll work. Because the only reason I'd want to do the piece of wood over the leather is yeah, just the added structure to, you know, because you got multiple pieces connected together here. So but I'll kind of Once this fully dries, this sculpt mold, we'll kind of see how it's holding up. Maybe do like a layer of epoxy clay or something first. And then glue on leather. Yeah, we'll see. Either way, we got time. Usually the bottom doesn't get situated till the paint work is done. So if you guys want to see some painting, or we will be jumping into the paint job on that Thursday evenings. Not counting this Thursday, I'll be gone. I'll be out of town this Thursday. But Thursday evenings after that, we'll be painting and finishing. Yeah, I do the same thing too, Shelly. But I mean, if we're doing leather at the bottom, it would accomplish the same thing. Could even do like the felt side down, the suede part down. Okay, oh wait, yes. Your logo is at the bottom. It will create a message in the felt. But future museums will... Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I have any hope in my finished works ending up in a museum someday. But I guess you never know. I feel like the age for that is over. The era. I don't think so. We've entered the disposable culture era. The last handmade art before AI took over. Yeah, I really don't think so. I really don't think so. If anything, it'd be maybe some private collector group or something like that, but not an official museum. Definitely not. The only new stuff getting into official museums nowadays are of the fine art, Luxembourg Art Prize variety. Just need to set up our own. That's true, yeah. I could see it, like I said, you know, there's like the guy who has like the largest spoon collection and usually creates like a little highway side museum. Maybe there'll be a guy that makes some sort of hand sculpted sculpture museum or something, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm usually the extreme optimist of things, but that I really don't see. I do not foresee this happening. I think stuff like that's kind of on the way out already. The Mouse Guard Museum, yeah, maybe. Then it'd just be my one piece in there. Unless I make more Mouse Guard characters before I kick the bucket. There's a possibility someone else will want something like that made. The best chance we got to get into a museum is to get a 3D scanning setup, 3D scan all the original artworks, and then open up a metaverse gallery for people to look at the work in 3D with the 3D headset. Then we're likely to make it happen. SpaceX print them in metal. Hey, thanks for the raid, Ren. How you doing? How you doing, John? You're welcome. cnotbusch branded rock brush. Yeah, so this side was like this stuff too. It's just a hardened material. It's called sculpt mold. So we will sculpt all the way around. We're staying focused on the front here, and then we'll bake it and lock it in, and then we'll probably do the back side after that, and then we'll do the kind of the sides individually. Metal print. Yeah, or you print in wax, and then you do bronze casts. My pet rock. Oh yeah. Are these mouses that you made? Very cool. Get to it. Gotta pay that foundry premium. Can get pretty pricey, the foundry fee. I don't know how much it is for small stuff, but I've heard of what it can cost for life-size pieces. Crazy. Too much. Yeah, grubby. I mean, to be fair, it's quite a specialty task. It takes a lot of work. Hi, Pop. Hello. Hey, yeah, no worries. Get some rest. Go on, get out of here. Thanks, Peter. Peter. Alright. That'd be cool to see it. Oh, you're right. So they make a mold of it and cast it in wax first, right? So they can kind of ensure that the piece isn't lost if they mess up the bronze cast. And then they have to make a, is it plaster that they use? Plaster mold? Depends, okay. Different mediums for different types of detail level and stuff. We use silicone with a plaster mother mold. Wait, for the bronze cast? Huh. Must be some hardcore silicone. Oh yeah, excuse me. Or are you talking about just for the wax? Silica sand? Oh, okay, yeah. Got sand everywhere. Oscar strikes again. Ceramic shell. I've always been interested in that, and I've also always been interested in what's it called? It's the method they use to duplicate like coffee cups and stuff. So it's like a slurry casting. And I'm pretty sure that is a plaster mold is made, and then you use almost like really liquidy clay. Well, that one right there just needs his wings. That one needs his wings and his scales up his back and stuff. So, that's what it's called, slip casting. Yeah, always been interested in that process. Imagine being the guy who discovered like a process like that, came up with it. Just show up with all these like high detailed cups and plates and stuff. How did he do it? Oh yeah. Oops. Alright, those stones are definitely looking much better. 2 more to do. What am I do for the sides? I'm not sure. I'll probably mix it up where we can see like some of the wood beaming material on the inside. So we have like an external layer of brick, and then maybe like some wood beams going this way, and And then some, like, maybe a different type of brick in between or something. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Yeah, I got stuck in the garden harvesting potatoes, and then we're having some connection issues. We talk about the mouse carving sculpture. Very careful. Oh, great. Benefactors. A wealthy benefactor. Okay. Yeah. I always thought it'd be cool to participate in stuff like that. I have a backyard foundry. It's a concrete bucket with a hole in it. Got some brass bullet casings I've been meaning to melt down. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Uh, through email. It just, I've been around long enough, that my name is circulated pretty well. Plus being really active on social media, and a lot of people, I'd say probably the majority of people find the stream and, watch me work first before they commission something. But that's been pretty much it. A self-propelling ship. This is. Basically, I just gotta keep posting. Yeah, I mean, yeah, once you can grow a social media presence, it becomes a lot easier, of course. But in the early days, I would get commission work by, let's see. You just gotta be clever with you know, where you post and share your work, and really trying to get the work you're doing in front of the right audience, you know. So finding out where that audience would be. So for me, at the beginning, I was doing mostly just StarCraft 2 stuff. I literally did one project and I was able to sell it, and I just never stopped doing. I just kept repeating what I had done. I found something that worked and I just stuck with it, and rode that out long enough till I started getting commission work coming in. So yeah, I mean, the way it began for me was I just made a StarCraft 2 creature from the Zerg, and at the time I was beta testing the game. You know, it was pretty hype. So I just posted the finished piece on eBay once I decided I was going to try and sell it, and then I would share my finished work with StarCraft 2 kind of forums. Forums were bigger, a little bit bigger back then. I mean, they still kind of are, like Reddit and stuff, but eBay, yeah. That's the only place you could sell things online, was eBay back then. And I sold my first piece for $50. It's kind of cool because I can still see the transaction history on there, even all the way back to then. And then yeah, then I produced more StarCraft 2 Zerg units and just sold them one after another. And then once you get a body of work, people will start wanting things that are similar to what you've done but different. That's when commissions start to come in. Etsy? I think Etsy's probably still a good place. The key is finding something that's something that will appeal to people, you know, creating something that will be in demand, that people will want. It's hard, I'm telling you, it's hard to make something. It's hard to find a buyer for something that you make, you know. It's much easier to, once you get to the commission work, it's nice because it's an easier sell, you know. People like being able to choose what gets made. And I get it, you know, so it's a good service to offer. So I would just stay focused on continuing to grow your skills, because I really truly believe that if you grow your skills to a certain point, that the work will just come really naturally. It'll just kind of, you know, if you're sharing your work and you keep growing your skills, you reach this tipping point where it's gonna impress somebody, you know, enough for them to want to support your work. If you can figure out a way to make some extra money on the side while you're doing that, that's a good situation to be in. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really worry about how long things take to get done. I don't. It is a blessing and a curse. But I really think it's the way to go, because at the end of the day, you know, money comes and goes, and projects come and go, but the skill, the leveling up of the skill is what will last, and that really should be the main focus. And you don't really level up the skill if you're just kind of blitzing through the work, you know, if you're just trying to get it done. Because the reality is leveling up the skill takes extra time. Pushing things further than you've gone before takes longer than just doing something you know you've done before, you know. But when you do something you know you've done before, you don't really learn anything new. Maybe you get a little more efficient at it, that's about it. Just, yeah, apply your creativity to your project ideas. Do something that you think is cool and fun. And I'm sure there'll be somebody else out there that thinks it's cool and fun too. Just keep trying. Something will give eventually. That's good. Always nice to hear. Yeah, I really think you gotta follow those ideas that, you know, when you have those moments where you're like, man, wouldn't it be cool if blank, you know? Or wouldn't it be fun if blank? Really taking action on those ideas. I think everybody can come up with good ideas. Just have to take action on them, and those are the ideas that are usually successful. Usually. Nice. And really, the more you have to remember too that coming up with ideas is a practiced thing too, you know. And so the more you try to come up with good ideas and be creative, the better you get at it and the easier it comes. So just keep practicing that. Take moments to reflect on things that you do, and don't be afraid if something doesn't work out. And you know, you might be stuck with some projects for a little while, you know, just cover them with plastic so they don't get dusty. And you know, I tell you what, there's always a chance later down the road somebody will want to buy those, so it's not a bad thing to have an inventory. So way too many trees and dogs. Nice idea, Mom. I mean, you could literally combine two things together and make infinite amount of great ideas. You know, like some sort of you could do some sort of like movie or game or universe combined with like a duck or something. Just make duck versions of Star Wars characters or Lord of the Rings characters, or just a quick example. You know, some sort of format like that will create items that will be fun to look at, that people might want to buy. Sure, duck has been done before, but even if it's been done before, it doesn't even matter. You can still do it your own way. Yeah. They're like Viking bears. There's certain like categories or topics that you just can't go wrong with. You know. Start making a bunch of cool looking like Viking things, or you know, foxes, owls. There's the whole realm of D&D, or the universe of H.P. Lovecraft. All kinds of things. I think try and pick stuff that does have a already dedicated following or fan base. Anything pirate, yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be like specifically like this IP. It can be a wide range thing like pirates, you know, or something like that. And then yeah, then it's just a matter of getting the attention of the right person. Mm-hmm. Pirate panda bear. Yeah, there you go. That's two things that people love: panda bears and pirates. I have idea books where when I have good ideas of projects, I write them down. But of course, I never have time to actually do any of the projects. But let's consult the book here. Oh, a dragon duck. I even have a little sketch for this. So imagine a duck body with duck feet, but the head is just like a straight up, like badass dragon head dragon duck. Oh yeah, 90s cartoon gross-up sculptures. Yeah, you know you know what gross-ups are? Those scenes in 90s cartoons like SpongeBob where they like zoom in on like a character's face and it's all like super detailed and gross. There was just this era of cartoons that had these gross-ups. So taking these gross-ups and actually sculpting them and just have a whole, you could do a whole series of gross-ups. A giant living alongside the kingdom, giant toilet. I'm not sure what I was thinking there. Kind of like a, oh yeah, like a symbiotic relationship between the giant and the kingdom. So you have like all these like items of furniture that's like with scaffolding on them, and they're like building this like living room for this giant. This book also has some of my blueprints for my furniture. Oh, and some plant stuff. The light I made. Oh yeah, yeah. A medieval armory rack with like maces and axes and stuff like that on there. I even had a little drawing on there if you see it. But you make the inside of, you make them pens essentially. So like they open up and they're a pen. So I thought that would be an awesome idea. I would totally have that on my desk. So you have this like medieval armory rack on your desk, but it's just pens. And you just open them up and yeah. So that would take a little bit of ingenuity, but grumpy flower pot faces. Just sculpting grumpy faces onto flower pots. Oh yeah, that was inspired by, there's this this meme somebody this meme that somebody posted about it's like your potted plants looking at you while you're putting water into your coffee machine. Meanwhile, they're like dying of dehydration. Jones posted that. Oh, yeah, that was the inspiration. So I was like, oh, what if we just put that on a flower pot? So I can give you this grumpy, like mean look to remind you to actually give them water. Let me see if I can find that. What was that in? That was in memes. Funny memes. Oh yeah, that's right here. This is so funny. The first time I saw it. My houseplant watching me pour water in my espresso machine. Oh my god. Those poor houseplants. So I just thought, like, imagine encapsulating this expression, but actually on the flower pot, and then like having it stare at the coffee machine. Oh man. Good stuff. Mm-hmm. I have another book. I have a few books. Grocery list. I bet you the ideas are on the other side. Ah, yeah. That's a different type of idea. A different type of idea book. Never mind. Can I please give you advice on your sculpt? Which, in the dragon one? Dragon or creative corner? Oh, creative corner. Belnia, work in progress. Our upcoming diorama character is the strange monk named Zenolke. Okay. That looks like a bird character. Fish bird. Interesting. Keep getting told that the legs are too long. Keep in mind I haven't built up the torso yet. What do you think? Ah, the old proportion challenge, huh? Okay, so here's a thing to do to help you overcome these moments, and this is something I do too. If you're like unsure about something because the character is just not filled in, take the time to fill in the character. Like add like lumps of clay just like you do when you sketch. Fill in the character, fill in the arms and the torso so you can actually see it, you know. That's something that I'll do. And then decide at that point, okay. But yeah, let's take a look here. Because it is hard to tell with it is hard to tell. It's also the posture and the way that you know, obviously we're dealing with the camera's focal length here when we're looking at it from this angle, so it seems a bit long. I don't think so. And there's certain proportions that it's not terrible to get wrong, and one of them is if the legs are too long. It's not very good to get the legs too short, but if you get the legs too long, it's actually, because like heroic proportions are that the legs are a little bit longer, or like female, when you make female characters and you want them to look prettier, usually you do longer legs, like proportionally longer than normal. So, but I think when you fill in this leg and the torso and all that stuff, I mean, it might still read a little bit longer. It's hard to tell. That one's really hard to tell. Yeah. Use a printed reference and some calipers to make sure everything is right. That too, that can help. Yep. Like actually measuring. Just straight up measuring it. Looking straight at the right knee, it looks like fisheye lens. Yeah, because from the side it looks better, but head on it looks long. I mean, let's see here. If we measure the head, let's see here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. Because usually from the waist to the knee, I think it's like 2.5 heads. Let's see. Let's go from the side view. Pause. Okay, let's see. Let me see. I'm gonna use the old measure trick here. Outstretched arm. One head. 1, 2. So it's like 2 to the knee. 1, 2. Yeah. Left thigh looks shorter. Let's see. Yes. 1. 1.5 to the knee on the left. Well, you can extend the knee. She hasn't added clay to that leg yet. It's just the 1. Yeah, no. I think it's just because there's no thighs aren't the same length. I'm not bothered by length of the right leg. Yeah, it's just because when you add the material here, it's gonna make it extended. Yeah, this is what I would say. Fill it in, sketch the character in. You know, spend the extra time to do it, because this is something that these proportion challenges, we have to face these, because they don't go away if you ignore them, you know, and it's not worth it brushing it off and getting it wrong in the end, you know. It's always worth pushing and refining and doing what it takes to get it as good as you can. So yeah, that's what I would do. I would fill it in, sketch the character in, possibly do some measurements comparing pieces to pieces, you know, because what it could be too is it could be the legs look long because something else is off, like the length of the torso or something like that. So which can happen, you know, where you think that part's off, but really it's something else that's off that's making you think it's off. So, and you have the head established, so all you gotta do is measure the head size and look at reference and say, okay, how many heads long is it from the waist to the knee? How many heads long is it from the sternum to the waist? You know, all those measurements, just double check them. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go get some coffee. I'll be right back. Right. Let's continue. Yeah, it's something I've been wanting to get the habit of doing is when I select a pose for a character to actually take some real photos of just myself or someone posing in that way. Because it can just help you. Finding a reference of the exact pose you're trying to go for is always difficult. And I think it can really help make your poses look really natural and realistic. Oh, really? Okay. It's a bummer, Kathy. Well, at least we have multiple options. Hey, you too, Shelly. You have a good night. We'll see you next time. Hey, what's up, Core? How you doing? Blue snow. For the first time? Oh yeah? How'd it go? Yeah. Well, I always say it's a good kind of tired feeling. Step in the right direction. Got a smoothie? Yeah, definitely, more importantly than exercise, it's all about just getting the right types of food. A little intermediate fasting can help a lot. I mean, there's a million different things you can do. You just gotta find something that works for you. Can't work yourself out of a bad diet. Yeah, it just doesn't work that way. No. You can lose a ton of weight without lifting a single weight. Or running in a single treadmill. Just by controlling what goes in. I think one of the best diets you can follow for weight loss is either ketogenic or carnivore. It'll also help you, if you really stick to it, it'll help you avoid a lot of the ultra processed stuff. Every true fitness influencer knows the body is 70% built in the kitchen. Yeah. So true. What a battle it is to tame that side of ourselves, though, isn't it? Right. Well, I mean, I find if you're eating the right things, you can eat until you're full almost every time, and still lose weight. I think a modern wheat is the bane of most of our bellies. sugars and modern wheat. Yeah, those sweet, sweet dopamine. Yeah, it's when you realize it's really is a like an addiction to carbs. You'll know because if you ever do the keto diet, you'll eat a huge meal, be totally full to the brim, but then somehow feel a sensation of craving and hunger, specifically for bready type things. Like, why do I feel this way? I just ate. It's like, ah, yes. It's addiction. Why are tasty food usually so bad for you? Because they're cheap. Usually they're made cheaply, and cheap usually equals bad. Always boils down to money. I like to. Well, I definitely know the food I eat is really tasty. It's not like I'm sitting there eating salads all the time. Yeah. It's also convenience. Usually the stuff that's bad for you is also convenient. Less cooking, less preparing, less dishes readily available everywhere you look. They do. Yeah, they do. I was probably like 4 or 5 years ago when I fasted for sugar for. It only took like 30 days. Fasted from sugar, and then realized how much that really messes with your taste buds. Because I started liking things that I hated before. When I was like eating tons of sugar, drinking soda and all that stuff all the time. But yeah, fasted from sugar, and then it like resets your taste buds, and then all of a sudden there's all kinds of flavors out there that you really enjoy, and things that, like a strawberry, like a ripe strawberry is super sweet, you know, just in itself. Yeah. Yeah, we don't eat out at all, really. Only on a special occasion. But see, I do say it's probably easier though for us. We cook all our food, but both me and the missus cook, so it's not like all the burden on just one person. So I grill a lot. Sometimes every day when it's nice out. Grilling is good because there's less dishes. You'll struggle when you have a teenager around the house. They only want junk. Well, if she wants junk, she can go buy it herself with her own money. I'm not. She's already quite the picky eater. Very much just wants the bready stuff and the sweets all the time. It's already a battle. I hear doors slamming in your future. I think you get that no matter what, so you might as well stand your ground on things you really think are beneficial. So. There's no avoiding the door slams. How large would you say the bottom surface of the mouse base is? Maybe probably about 6 inches. And it's I try to go for more of a roundish shape. It's kind of like an oval. So imagine like a 6 to 7 inch oval. Hey, thanks, Casey. Yeah, we're getting there. I'm just really trying to think of the story here, right? We had this rock wall destroyed somehow, and then we have this kind of layer of plaster that's all cracked on top, and I'm just trying to you just kind of add, and then we're trying to add just enough but not too much. For the large one, yeah, let me just go measure real quick. I can tell you for sure. Let's see here. It's actually 9.5 by 7. 9.5 by 7. So when you're looking at it from the front, that's the 9.5 wide, and then from front to back, we're getting about 7. That's like an oval shape. Knowing when to quit detailing is your issue. That's fine. So what you do is you allow yourself to step over the line and then look back and realize, okay, I should have stopped here. And then you should slowly hone your ability to know when to stop. You also have to let go of the fact that you can't do everything in one piece, you know. Yeah, we're just trying to get it good enough. I think we're pretty much at the good enough stage here. On this side, then we gotta do the other side. Yeah, right. It's like there's always gonna be more to do, more little details to add. Good enough. That's all we want. Okay. So we're gonna create an area of rest in here where it won't be cracked. And it'll be just nice and solid all the way through the middle. Because then we'll have the crack detail on both sides. I don't like the term good enough. Should really be, can it be better? Well, you would think so, but the problem with that is, guess what? That's a trap, because it can always be better. And if it can always be better, then you're never going to finish that project. because it can always be better.
The strength of the cnotbusch kingdom lies not in our walls,
good enough,
but
better
in
than
our
last
people.
time.
March to war.
Why, hello, Mr. Fernand Uthrit. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Touche, touche, my friend, touche. How you doing, brother? I hope the stream was good, everybody. Come on in. If you're new here, my name is cnotbusch. I make one-of-a-kind custom sculptures, start to finish. We're working on a scenic base for a dragon sculpture. Maybe I should... I'd go grab the dragon, but it's quite a task right now in its current state. So you just have to imagine. There's our little scared little lizard guy peeking around the corner. All right. You convinced me for non. Let's go grab the dragon. I just don't have the wings. The wings in the oven. Yeah. That's the scene we're going for right there. It's very cool to see it come to life even more. So he's peeking around the corner, there's nobody there. But and then we're gonna have the tail kind of swooping around here. And like it's about, I'm gonna set it up like it's about to just like poke him on the shoulder almost, you know, give him a little tap on the shoulder. Yeah, I wanted like, I was inspired by how a cat messes around with like a mouse before it actually kills it, you know? They kind of like play around with it. Exactly. Very catty move. Oh, yeah. Thanks again, my friends. Thank you, Mr. Fernand. How do you ship these? UPS, FedEx? I actually mostly use USPS. I find them to be actually more easy on the packages than UPS. It doesn't really matter. The projects are made out of pretty much like solid rubber. They process less packages. Yeah, and I think it's because the employees are just paid better, so they tend to be less careless with the packaging. You know, being government employed. But yeah, the work itself it's made out of this material. This is what it's like when it's cured. It's flexible like rubber. See that? So it really doesn't matter how it gets handled. It's gonna make it there just fine. Airdrop from FedEx. Can't wait to use up my Sculpey so I can switch to cast clay. Oh yeah, didn't you have like a huge shipment of Sculpey? I can't wait for you. I mean, you technically could use Sculpey as like a filler or a, you know, like a basing material. Oh, really? Oh, boy. I guess we'll be going with a different carrier for you there, Mr. Jumping Mouse. Here's so I actually use a website called Pirate Ship. That's what it's called, Pirate Ship. And they will, it's pretty cool. They'll find like the best deal from all the different carriers and give you all the options. It's a good one-stop shop. Does Cosclay adhere well to Sculpey post-fire? Yeah, it does. It's really no difference with the adhesion. Just use your clay glue and there's a little air bubble there. Guess we're Yeah, yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't work in Sculpey, even if they paid me. I used to have to engineer projects like crazy to... It really just limits your design, because you're just trying to design them in a way that they just won't break, you know? Some singe marks. Well, this dragon in particular does has a acid breath, not a fire. So we'd have to do like melted acid, melted stone. Oh, I kind of like this idea of this like little section just being like really pristine, you know? Everything else in the whole kingdom's destroyed except for that one doorway. It makes sense. Doorways are actually pretty strong. It's the power of the arch. It's just like that, you ever seen that photo of that arch that survived the Japan nuclear bomb? Hiroshima? It's one of those traditional Japanese archways that didn't get knocked over. Withstood the blast. The power of the arch. Oh, okay, let's see. Let's make use of this natural drop off here. Hey. What's up, Caleb? This is called Sculpt and Mold. It's a it's plaster mixed with paper pulp. It creates a nice sculptable medium. So I just use that as a foundation. The base was built with two pieces of 2x4. You can see it right there, and then right there like a T. And then I filled the cavity with aluminum foil, and then I did a layer of this stuff over the foil to get a nice flat surface. And then we could add a thin layer of the clay to do the details. I could have used Magic Sculpt, but I think in this case it was easier to make it flat using the Sculpting mold. Because the Sculpting mold you can spread almost like drywall mud, you know, so you can really just, you know, like use a spatula and just get a nice flat surface. It was all I was looking for. It didn't need to look pretty or anything, just needed to be relatively flat, so. Whereas if we used Magic Sculpt, we would be fighting it a little bit. We'd have to sculpt it to get it to look flat, so it'd be a little bit more work. Yeah, it's just more rigid, so it's getting it to flatten out has been more of a struggle. Hey, thanks, Webb. What does liquid polymer do? Well, all kinds of things. Can create different effects, you know, by making textures. You can pour it into like a mold or something like that. I honestly don't use liquid mediums as much, but I want to start experimenting with them. I've ever sculpted a castle before? I don't remember. I feel like I have. I've done lots of structures and things for like bases and stuff. I did a whole like destroyed cityscape for a Marvel piece I did a long time ago. Yeah, castle face. Where's he at? Just one of these, this guy right here. It's a little stovepipe. Oh, there we go. Good old castle face. Is there a complete photo gallery of all your creations anywhere? No, there isn't actually. I'm kind of spread out. The funny thing is when it comes to like social media, it's works in progress is where it's at. Finished works are not even they never do well, like from a social media standpoint. It's like not even necessary. But I mean, I do plan on getting all of my works onto like ArtStation. I just haven't. It's just a lot of work to do that. Probably the best collection for current stuff would be DeviantArt for finished works. There's also a playlist on Twitch. It's like video reveals. I'm trying to, when I do certain things, I'm trying to think of the audience that it's for and then gearing it towards that. So the finished work gallery will be essentially geared towards people that just want to see the finished things. It's not going to be geared towards trying to get people's attention, if that makes sense, you know. It's for the people that I've already got the attention of. Future clients and stuff like that too. It seems the way to get people's attention is showing works in progress. It makes sense when you think about it. When they see something finished, it's like there's this detachment from it being a handmade object, because they just see a finished object. But when you show a work in progress and half of it's like really detailed and the other half still like a piece of wire, it immediately says this is a handmade object to the viewer. And when we're dealing with 10-second attention spans, it's really important to convey those messages quickly. TikTok brain. Yeah. It's not just that, it's also there's just so much stuff going on in the world out there and available that people just don't have. There's just only so much time in the day, you know what I mean? So just have to get people's attention quickly in order to keep it. Otherwise you just get swiped, you know. Twitch differs from YouTube as well. Yeah, Twitch is definitely different. The Twitch creative category has really turned into something, man. There's a lot of good people here. It's a nice home, and hope it lasts forever. But you know that's not how the world works. Yeah, I made this creature for Emma a while ago. I was experimenting with using colored clay to create like this creation has 0 paint or oh, let me turn the filter off. There we go. 0 paint used and nothing toxic or dangerous in any way to make like a kid's toy. But I never made its arms, but she plays around with this still. Really, it was a test model. I should make her something now that she's a little bit older. Alright, Saradini. We'll catch you later. They do have colored clay, yeah. That's what I used on that piece. The coolest dad. I mean, the reality is it's really difficult to... I spend so much of my day sculpting to keep food on the table, you know, that it's hard to dedicate more time to sculpting for like a gift or something for Emma. It's better to just spend that time just spending time with her than be locked away in my workshop sculpting more, you know, so it's, I mean, a typical day here is 10 to 12 hours of sculpting, so trying to work in more, just it's hard to do. Food is always step, yeah. Shelter, food, the basics. Just need to get to a state where that's not as... where I don't have to take on as much work, you know, and then I can have a little more free time for stuff like that. Eventually, I'm sure we'll get there. As I'm sure everyone's aware, things have just gotten more expensive. Life is expensive right now. They were, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking too. Total chaos. I'll make objects for her later in life when she's older and I hopefully have more free time. When she doesn't want to spend time with me because she's a disgruntled teenager, that's when I'm start making her stuff. Would you guys believe me if I told you my first car had a character coming out of the steering wheel? And a few other sculptural modifications. I wish I had pictures of it. I totally customized my car's dashboard with some characters. Baggins. Thanks, Baggins. No, but it was kind of like that, an alien bursting from it. What's a character or thing you would sculpt for yourself? Favorite creature? I don't really have like a favorite thing or creature that I would do. I don't know. When I sculpt my own, when I'm sculpting just like fun ideas that I had, that'd be the closest thing to sculpting for myself. Something from my idea book. But I wouldn't feel the need to keep it. I don't really feel the need to keep my work. I'd rather sell it off to somebody. Well, I have reference material, but it's my own design. Just using different reference photos of castles and other medieval buildings. Textures and all that stuff. Airbag mimic. Do you ever not want to sell something once you finished it? No. No, never. I really have no desire to keep my own work. The problem is I'm the one who makes it, so that therefore it becomes, if I have a piece of work sitting in my workshop too long and I get to look at it for too long, I start to dislike it as my skills progress, and my old standard is no longer the standard anymore. It starts to be despised. And yeah, it's just more it's just different as the creator of, and I know not everybody's like that. Some people like hanging on to their own work. I just don't. I also, knowing that I can just make, new things whenever, means I just don't feel the need to hang on to something that I've made, because I just know the next thing's gonna be better.
Well met, loyal friend. You've made a real impact on the realm. Thank you for your contributions.
Mario Bros, hey, thank you so much for the 19 months, my friend. Hey, what's up, MJ? What's up? Perceived imperfections that start to glare at you? Yeah, they do. They really do. It's like, yeah. One-eyed eyes. Let's see what your wisdom says. Falling asleep? Yeah, I'm almost there with you, my friend. Don't let fear stop you from reaching your full potential. Believe in yourself and the magic you bring. There you go, the Mario Bros. Maybe you needed to hear that. Okay. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done, folks. It's been a nice long full day. Time for me to get out of here. Get some rest. This is almost finished. I'll keep chipping away at this. I'll probably have this section done before next week. And then next week we can start on the other section. The back side of the wall will be probably quicker to do. It's a really concealed part of the piece. Doesn't need to be crazy with the little details and stuff. Just something generic, so. But yeah. The white stuff is Sculpt the Mold, yes. That's right. Hey, thank you everybody for joining me this evening. I appreciate the company, and thank you all for the support. Thanks for letting me continue to do what I love to do. I certainly can't do it without you guys tuning in, supporting my work in all the different ways that you do. So thank you. I wish you all a wonderful evening. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll be back tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7 a.m. We're gonna be making, guess what? We're gonna be doing everyone's favorite thing, sculpting dragon wings. So hopefully I'll see you then. If not, I'll be back on tomorrow evening, and we'll be working on Looper, our female dwarf character, attaching her second hand, and she's pretty close to the finish line after we get past that next arm. So that'll be another piece added to our pile of pieces that need to be painted. So it looks like it'll probably be Wednesday nights we'll be painting, and Thursday nights we'll be painting soon. But we still got to make the base for that one, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. But let's see. Let's find someone to raid. I'm gonna get out of here. Let's see here. Jason Fraley. Do I know Jason Fraley? How does that name sound familiar? Oh yeah, look at that. I'm already following Jason. Okay, sure. Only one person there. Putting rock texture on a gargoyle. Oh, you guys want to see more rock texture? I see what it is. Oh yeah, look at that. A great suggestion. All right, let's go check out some Jason Fraley work. Man, he's got such a nice setup. I always hate. I hate seeing really nice setups with really nice artwork and only one viewer there. So let's try and remedy that, shall we? Let's go. I mean, he's only been live for 7 minutes, but let's see here. Maybe that's what it is. Dashboard. Yeah, let's go raid Jason Fraley. Okay, my friends. Till next time. Bye-bye.